Hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. I love this.
Need to move our sign real quick.
Gonna move our sign. You like our sign? We just got this in the mail today. Extreme Unboxing 80. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm so excited. Hi, Uncle Bo knows. What's up? Uh-oh.
Reaction.
There we go. Let's see where we at. Nigel, hi from the UK. That's awesome. Lee, hello. What's up, Cajun Reseller? Kenya, Mr. Shaw, Daniel, Nikki T, how are you? And yeah, and Uncle Bo knows. That's awesome. It's good to see you guys. So if you guys haven't been part of our live shows, this is a live Q&A. We get a lot of comments, we get a lot of emails, we get a lot of Facebook messages, people asking just general questions about liquidation. Sometimes we answer those questions more than once, so feel free if you need clarification. At any time in this live stream, ask your question. If you can remember to put your question in all caps,
yes,
makes it a lot easier for us to find it, because there's a lot of like sub conversations in the chat box, which we totally welcome and totally recommend, just because you know sometimes we just have, you know,
the picture's so much clearer. Is the picture more clear to y'all? Because we finally remembered to turn off the Wi-Fi on Jessica's phone. So I'm hoping it looks crisp on. I've never seen it look that good. So I hope it looks good for y'all, because my wife is looking pretty good.
My dreads are finally long enough to put it in a bun. So I was pretty excited about that because it is super hot. Yes. Okay, let's see. EDX Gamer, hey, how are you doing? I'm glad you could see you on another live. Hi, everyone. Let's see, who am I missing?
Nigel, we have a lot of people from across the pond that have started watching. I always enjoy waking up in the morning and reading all of the comments from Ireland and Scotland and Australia, even though that's not all across the pond. That's like, you know, so it's awesome, very encouraging.
Do we only have one moderator on here? I'm gonna add some wrenches. If you guys do not, if I add a wrench to you and you're like, how dare
I
you?
can't believe it. Just messages.
Let us know. I'll take them off.
Yes.
But some of these people, there's a lot of people on here that have been on almost every live. People who know know it. So I'm gonna see if I can get just some more moderators on here, just because.
Hello, Christy from Ohio. And I think some other people said hello. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. It's not personal. We're not really used to this many people in our live streams. We're really not. We were just talking about it before we came on, or I was talking about it. I've had a lot of nervous energy today. We had so much stuff happen today, which we'll share with y'all over the coming weeks. And it's just been interesting. So I'm a little...
Shauna, we are using our new lights. It's back there.
Yes.
You want to see it? Don't be mad at our dirty kitchen, because you know we live our lives and we're normal people. But look, ta-da!
And we sold the other two.
But we kind of wish we had kept some.
I wish we would have kept some, because I'm like, we really could use those, especially in the garage when filming. Like we filmed the unboxing yesterday using the new light, although that was a different experience because we couldn't film towards it and we're not used to that. So yes, but we were talking before how like we would have live streams where it'd be like one or two people that would get on and nobody would be on it. It would be so weird because you're like talking to yourself, no interaction whatsoever. And we were just so encouraged because there was people waiting on us when we got here. So like y'all know how to make a 40-year-old man feel encouraged and loved.
I see that more people are coming in, so I'm just going to remind everyone, this is a liquidation Q&A, but you know, ask whatever questions you'd like to ask. This is for all of us, just to stay connected and everything. If you do have a question, especially one that you want addressed on the live stream, please put it in all caps. It makes it so much easier to find. We do promote like crosstalk in the chats. I know there's a lot of Liquidator, pallet flippers, potential pallet flippers in the chat that may want to ask questions, and there's people from all over the world in our chat. So hopefully somebody has an answer for you if we do not.
Yes.
So
and anyone can do this. Like, I want to say thank you because you've been watching us since the beginning, since like we had like under 200 subs. So like, yes, we've grown like Over 2,000 subscribers a week. The last month, like we've doubled in size the last 4 weeks. Last Thursday, we had grown like 2,000 subscribers, and we've grown another like 2,500 subscribers since last Thursday. So it's crazy.
Since Phone Farmer Joe
Phone
Day.
Farmer Joe. It's crazy. So
we do have some questions that have been asked prior to this, and I do have some of those, but I do want to give everybody an opportunity to ask any kinds of questions.
Yes. Daniel, I'm not sure. 6 auctions on eBay. I'm not sure what you mean. If you can, I don't know. We don't usually do auctions, like list auctions. We usually just do buy it now. So I'm not sure what the question is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where do
Release
you
the
want to
Kraken.
go from here?
Oh, I don't care. I forgot what we're going to talk about.
I do have
what
some. I do have some questions.
All right.
You want to just jump into the questions, and we can just see where everybody else goes? Oh, I meant buy it now.
Okay. I think we have in our Family Flips eBay store, we have, I don't know, maybe 110 listings in that store. We don't list a whole lot on eBay. Like, for one, we're so far behind on stuff. Like, we keep buying stuff. We've got a whole lot of stuff that has to be listed. And we just are, I think because YouTube's taken off, the show's been taking off, COVID-19, we're all out of routine. If you've been watching the vlogs this week, like we've talked about it like every episode, that it's, we're in a growing period and lots of responsibilities, lots of new responsibilities, learning new disciplines that we used to have that we haven't had to have in a while. So we've got to hire some folks.
Yeah, we're in this pivotal place, like in our business, where we've almost outgrown what we're already doing, but not quite grown enough to move into the next step. So we're in this weird, like, growing pain stage. So
it's like we would hire somebody. Like, we work out of our home. Like Whitney, that works for us. She has, like, I've known her for 6 years. Like, she's family. So, like, we don't have a problem with her coming to our house and work. But somebody else, like right now, like, I don't want anybody to come in and work. Like, we've got kids here. Like, it's not what we want. But we're also, like, we may need to find somebody that we trust to come into the house, into the garage and work.
And that's just, that's just,
Or, we've got other things that we're talking about, down the road that,
maybe.
Yes.
We don't know.
Lots of ideas.
So, yeah. Thank you, Daniel, for that. That was awesome. Hey, Gary from Australia. That's cool. Love Australia.
Yes. I want to get to Australia.
I'm sorry?
Do you watch Sailing La Vagabond? They're from Australia. I don't know if you do.
That's his favorite.
That's my favorite show.
On YouTube. All right, where are we at? Oh, we got some questions.
Yep.
All right, Matthew asks.
I'll go ahead. Remember, if y'all have questions, please put them in all caps. It's something new we're trying to make sure that we don't overlook because there's lots of conversation that happens that we don't want to overlook the questions.
But I do have these few right here. I know Matthew asked, what are good tips for beginner resellers? That's a big question. So if anybody else has any other tips that they want to add for Matthew, but I think one of the biggest ones is to start small. I do not ever recommend, I know that we do this full time, but also know that we don't have all of our eggs in one basket. I know that we specialize on YouTube in unboxing and liquidation sales, but that's not the only thing we do. I supplement my income with doulaing. I also, we also, have YouTube, and we also do wholesale in some places. Things like that. So I never totally recommend just like quitting your job and then just like going and doing, this. I say start small, grow organically. One step at a time, I would say.
Yeah, and I'd say, I'll add on to that, start with stuff that you own already, whether you're going to sell on Facebook or on eBay. Like, start selling. That's what I did when I first started reselling. Sorry, I burped. She about to spit coffee through her nose. Is I just started selling stuff around my house because you're learning with items that you're not spending any money on. But I'd also say there's a couple good Facebook groups, a couple other good reselling YouTube channels that we don't cover a lot of the nitty gritty. It's one, like, we want to, but at the same time, it's not our style. It's not us.
I think it would do a disservice to the community of people here for one YouTube channel to cover everything. I think the best thing to do is to find something that you're good at, specialize in that, and then everybody work together. There are a lot of people who ask us questions about eBay, in which case we actually send everyone to a friend of ours, and Dominic Primetime Treasure Hunter
and
Daily Refinement with Chris Lynn. Those two people, they are great at those kinds of things.
They have lots of videos in their YouTube channel.
Yeah, and we've learned from them, and we do know a lot about that, but that's not what we're specializing in. So I think that, finding a community, like if you're wanting to sell on eBay, find somebody who works and can give you that kind of information. And then, like if you're looking into pallet flipping and reselling, we're a great channel for that. There's a lot of other really great channels out there for that. And so that's what I would say. And I think there's a couple of other people. I know Jessica has some advice for beginner resellers, which is researching, finding out what your community needs, which is great advice. As well. So. And
Jessica, you asked if we ever broke anything in unboxings. The answer is yes. I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember what that, because we've done so many unboxings. Do you remember anything that we've broken specifically in unboxing? I know we have.
I dropped a coffee pot and broke a carafe. I want to say it was already broken before I dropped it, but that's probably not the case.
Yeah, but I've broken items when trying to list it.
Especially when you get really, really excited. Or sometimes I've learned to be real careful now. If you notice, like in any of the unboxings, you'll see that I kind of I'll tilt the box before I pick it up out of the box, because sometimes the bottom of the box is like completely broken, and if you get really excited and you just then everything just goes flying everywhere. I do know that in this last unboxing, which I do not have posted yet, it was one that we filmed this week, so you'll see it probably next week, that there was a group of cabinet handles. And I didn't know what it was, and I kind of opened it, and when I opened it I messed up the integrity of the box, and everything just started falling out. And so I don't even know if it has all the pieces anymore, or if I've got cabinet handlebar pieces hanging out in the garage. I don't know. So yeah, that definitely happens, and you should totally count it as part of your loss. Just expect that happens.
Yeah, and Uncle Bo asked, do you ever take any of your Overstock to an auction? We haven't. It's something that we've considered, and we should. Once we have time, is our biggest opportunity. We just don't have the time. We ultimately have 2 full-time jobs that we're trying to budget, or trying to do, but we're still trying to remain true to our why, which is to have time for our family. So we're being pulled in lots of directions, but we should probably do that at some point just to start fresh.
Actually, Daniel, he asked no Ming vases yet. I didn't break them, but we did get some. They weren't the nicest vases.
Vases.
But I did get some in a pallet once, and I was really excited, and I almost kept them, but they don't go with my decor. So.
And then we've had this question.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever...
We've had this question several times today. And
I'm going to tell you...
things that we were interviewing for.
I'm going to tell you the weirdest thing. And my mother-in-law was actually the one that unboxed it.
She was unboxing with me.
It was a silicone companion.
It was a sex doll.
Life size. I don't know who's watching.
Hey, it's
a female companion of the silicone variety.
Yeah, she was,
and it was a return.
It was
it was returned.
Yeah, it used.
So that was.
It was. She was proportioned.
That was.
But it made me sick.
But the funny thing is that of all people to unbox it, it had to be Joe's
she
mom.
found it. She opened it up. She's like, "Oh my god!" And I look over there. There's some big boobed doll, not a doll, it looked like a dead person, it was that big in this box that was and
then
stiff,
her
rigor mortis set in, and it was crazy. It was used. I posted in a couple of eBay or a couple of reselling groups on Facebook, and they're all clean it up and sell it. I'm I have no idea what's inside of that thing.
I just
I'm not going to
didn't
sell
want
it.
to do it.
Yeah. So I threw it in the dumpster because it's.
I'm sure some people are cringing, like, oh my gosh, but I'm just like, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
It made me sick to my stomach because we went to research how much it was worth because I wanted to know.
Exactly, Marie.
And
exactly.
It was like a $800 sex doll, but then it opened my eyes. Like, there's this whole industry of sex dolls where they make sex dolls that look like little girls, like 8, 9, 10-year-old little girls, and it just sickened me. So, next question.
Why did you get so?
Because
so
I was
deep?
passionate about it. I just thought it,
Yeah,
it
is something that is very.
And then on the show,
they're expensive, but still wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't be.
I don't know if it's gonna be on the episode, but we got some butt plugs on the show. We unboxed it in the show.
I was the one that unboxed those. I was like, man,
and
I saw it. I saw it and I looked down and I was like, I'm gonna have to unbox these on national TV.
I see the face. I'm like, oh, I'm about to. I'm like, what you
weird
got
thing.
there? So I'm interested to see if it made it into the show or not. Because they cram, 3 unboxings into 21 minutes, so they can't show every single item. But man, I was making jokes the whole unboxing, like,
he was
let's
like, we're just
plug away. I bet it will be. I know A&E plans on. I think they plan on putting like the full unboxings on the YouTube channel, on their YouTube channel as the season progresses. So I hope that they.
Daniel says sell it in parts.
But the butt plugs had not been used. They were still new in package. We still have them if anybody is interested. Send us an email. But I don't know where they are. Like, they're in a box somewhere. Doesn't get an email. I'm going to buy your butt plugs. I'll let you handle that email. Send it to jessica.rinsing@thefamilyflips.com. I don't know. It's been one of those days. But let's plug away at the rest of this live video.
I'm looking. Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions. Just a lot of people laughing at you.
Yeah, I'm glad. We're here to entertain y'all. Like, entertainment first.
Hello, looking for deals from Texas.
Encourage second. And teach third, I guess, if I was to put it in a hierarchy. So, I don't know.
We are from Conway, Arkansas, which is about 40 miles from Little Rock. 40 miles?
30 minutes north. We're like the dead center of the state. Yep.
Jessica Shields is LGBTQ and know some friends for those, so there you go.
You
can buy them for a friend.
We could give it to your dad and mom for Christmas.
Mine? No, it wouldn't.
That would be funny to watch your dad open that.
No,
Yes.
no, it wouldn't. That is
Oh, I'm confident I got the Rona. I don't really, y'all.
I don't even know what's happening. I'm gonna have to kick him off the live stream, y'all.
Do y'all want me to go? A, if I need to go. B, if I need to leave. Put an A in the comments.
A, if you need to go. B, if you need to leave.
Oh, is that what I said?
It's just coffee in his mug.
I guess I need to leave.
I will not explain those to my parents. I will not do it.
Oh, it'd be so funny if we did it. Oh, we can give it to Amy and John because they're all
no,
proper.
We're not doing that.
That would be funny,
there are
man.
people who need those.
Dirty Santa. Because my mom's house, we do Dirty Santa. And like, Dirty Santa. Anyways, let's continue on to something else.
He says he's a 40-year-old man, but I think he's a 10-year-old boy.
I am. Hey, you got to stay young. Did we miss any questions?
I don't know if I liked where this was going.
I'm sorry. Nobody's voted, so I guess I'm staying because they didn't A or
Nigel,
B.
Nigel from the UK says stay.
Okay, thank you, Nigel.
Oh, I don't even know where to go from here.
We got questions, mailbags, questions. We had so many questions for mailbag. I know last Thursday we said there's gonna be a mailbag on Monday. Life happened. I'm sorry, but this Monday we're hoping it's out because we plan on filming it after this.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm ready. I just had to have a minute for a second. Okay. So this question was when it came from the post that we had on our community page. And it said, did you have full-time jobs when you started reselling? If so, how long did it take you to switch to full-time?
Our story is unique.
And I don't recommend it.
I don't recommend it. Because like we recommend, if you're going to do pallet flipping specifically, unless you have a lot of space and a lot of extra money, like it's going to be difficult to be able to make a full-time living off of pallet flipping alone. Unless you have very low living expenses. You could do it as long as you had like a larger garage. But for me personally, I quit. Like it was a God thing that God asked me if I trusted him, and I said yes. So I put my 2 weeks notice in, started selling these old flip phones on eBay, and here I am 6 years later.
Yep.
7 years later, 6 years, something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time, but you know, it's easier if you have somebody who is a reseller and there's a spouse that has a full-time job. Because like when Jessica and we got married, I'm like, I sold her on this idea of financial freedom and time freedom, and we're still getting to that financial freedom part 5 years later.
I had a pretty good gig as a preschool teacher, and you know, I was like, oh, but in retrospect, if I had gone back, I would have stayed.
And yes, but we had lots of hard times, lots of hard times. Like it's.
I think it's a big reason why we are the way that we are now, and why we speak the way that we speak now, is because there was a time we've made a lot of mistakes, y'all. Like we have, and there was actually a time
the hard way.
where we had, at the time Lucas was not born yet, but we had 2 kids, and we were working as much as we possibly could. But just the sales weren't there. We were trying to build something, and it took time to build it. In the meantime, like we're waiting on like sales to come in right then so that we could get it in PayPal so that we could buy groceries. Like that day we were buying groceries per meal. Like we were going, you know, and it was just, I mean, we didn't sleep those days. We were very frugal those days. And so it was just, like, it was hard times, but it built a lot of character. We've learned a lot of things, and now we can look at everybody and say, hey, we did that. Don't do that, you know?
I mean, even with YouTube, we've been doing YouTube for 2 years now, and there'd be weeks that we would put 50 hours of work in on YouTube, and we would get, 400 views, like, the whole week.
But that's the thing. It's that chugging along.
It's the process.
It's that process, and in that process, you build character for when things start building up, and it explodes, and then you have the character developed and the patience to be able to withstand all the new stuff. There's going to be new stuff. I know Jessica, I think it was Jessica who said something. She wanted to know an update on the baby gates. So for those of you who do not know, we did do, we actually bought 3 pallets, but we unboxed 2 of what we thought, and we had a very strong suspicion would be furniture, which sells very well in our area, but turned out to be pallets of baby gates.
All baby gates.
All baby gates.
We had, except for this cool light that we got.
We had some ring lights, and then we had like some refrigerator thing. So an update on the baby gates. We ended up, all the big ones that we said we were going to sell, we ended up selling. I think we got 1 pending sale. So we ended up selling those. We gave one, and we're giving 1 away to our my father-in-law.
And the problem is, we could sell them, but we haven't listed very many.
Well, and here's why. This is something. It's like all part of the learning process, because we bought these thinking there was something else, and now we have to sit here and say, okay, now we got to be creative and figure out like what we're going to do with these. And we've discovered during the listing processes, we've grouped like ones together, same brand, same model together. And then we put them on Facebook Marketplace, and then we get all of these inquiries. And we're like, oh my gosh, which baby gate is this?
It's so hard to,
how many of these do we have?
To differentiate.
Yeah, so one of the big things that we've learned to do is that we're actually listing them in batches. We do have some at our flea market booth, which actually is not selling. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to have those in there. But we have sold, I would say 6, 7, maybe 7 baby gates. And we've listed.
Probably sold 10 total.
10?
No. Well,
somewhere between 7 and 10. We did, and they sell really, really well. They are selling really well, but my concern is, what if we baby gate the whole community and then we still have some left over because we have so many. So yeah, that's a concern of mine. We're just plugging along. Some of these are going to take a minute to sell, but considering how many we have, we're doing pretty well.
Yeah. And it's an update. I go over this in more detail on the vlog on Saturday. We'll be releasing a vlog on Saturday morning, and it's going to be in there. So.
Okay, Kathy says, what is your favorite go-to liquidator site?
I don't know if it used to be liquidation.com, but you know, because of the show, because of that show right there, we know like the show was going to happen whether we were on the show or not. Like it was going to happen. And so with that on the show, it doesn't really show or talk about that. We've seen 2 episodes. In those 2 episodes, it doesn't mention a liquidator. It doesn't mention where you can buy them from. It doesn't mention any of that. But people will get interested and they'll go to Google, and when you go do a Google search, you're going to find liquidation.com, bstock.com, direct liquidation, bulk, VIA trading, and a few others. Like those places are going to be the places, in my opinion, that I would avoid once the show comes out, because the prices are going to be high. Like people are going to overpay for those. So when you ask what's my favorite, we're looking for a new favorite. Like a next question, which leads into...
We like liquidation.com and still like liquidation.com. I know that a lot of people have been commenting lately because the last pallets that we've had recently have been from liquidation.com. And everybody's like, these are return pallets, but they are not return pallets, guys. And this is why we don't have any relationship with anybody at the Las Vegas liquidation site, and we should have. We should have called. Yeah. We should not have assumed that the Dallas Liquidation Center, liquidation.com center, and that the Las Vegas liquidation center would have the same definition of what a shelf pull is. And I want to talk about this for just a second, and then I'll get back to your question, Julian. But I want to talk about this because there's a lot of people who are asking this question. And they're like, why did you not call and complain to liquidation.com when you realized that you were getting returns? Because technically they're not returns. I know they act like returns and they're going to sell like returns, and that's our fault. That's our mistake.
It's a shelf pull.
But they're technically shelf pulls because if you notice on those videos, if you watch them, they have what you call an Amazon warehouse sticker. And I don't know if you guys know anything about Amazon warehouse, but essentially it is a return that Amazon has taken responsibility for to resell it to another customer. And these particular ones, I don't think were checked properly at the Amazon site because some of them were just not very good. But like, for example, we're getting a lot of Christmas stuff. I don't know if it's just where the shelf pulls are or what, but these are like Christmas trees that people have purchased. Maybe they rented it, I don't know, or maybe they just bought a couple of trees to figure out which one they want and then return the other one. They're relatively unused. They go back to the Amazon return center and somebody goes through, picks them out and says, hey, this one's still pretty good. We could probably sell this again. And then it goes to the Amazon warehouse center where you can buy used. And that's what that is. So technically it is a shelf pull. And that is something that we should have clarified before purchasing all of these pallets from them.
But with liquidation.com, you can't tell because of the pictures. In the Las Vegas location, pictures were horrible. They are far worse than the Dallas location. So, yeah.
So a lot of people are like, these are returns. They're not. They look like returns and they're going to sell like returns, but they are not returns technically. And that's why we did not complain. So,
part of it.
Yeah, and that's the risk with liquidation, y'all. Like, there is no risk-free way to do this. So yeah. All right, Julian asks, do you think Southern Liquidation pallets are worth buying? And it's funny that you asked that question because we are actually going there tomorrow to check them out.
Yeah, I want to meet them, look them in the eyes. Can't look in the mouth because of COVID, but maybe
can't look them in the mouth.
You know, can't tell, if somebody's being honest or not because facial expressions.
Okay. Shake hands, can't do that.
We'll stand 6 feet apart so I can look them in the face and figure out what type of business they're running and see what they're like. And we'll talk about it, whether we like them or not. There's a few within 3 hours. Like, I don't know what happened because we always encourage people to Facebook search and Google search for liquidators locally. And I don't know how I missed it. But we missed Southern Liquidation. They must have been like the last 3 months, like just opened up. And then there's one in Springfield, Missouri, which is 3 hours from us, straight north of us, that we're going to go to. I don't know when the pallets that we get tomorrow, once we get those unboxed and processed and hopefully listed and sold, we're going to go there and meet him because he's been very helpful. So I'm hoping to build a relationship with him also.
Awesome. All right.
So check back.
Scott asked, "Do we have any luck moving the baby beds, the cribs? Because the cribs are all gone, and they sold fast. We had we had one that was turquoise colored. That one was the last one to go, and it was probably maybe 15 days listed, and they were gone. We did have a pack and play that we kept for a while. We said that we could sell it for 90. We ended up selling it for 60 because it just took
60.
It was 65, 60 or 65. We ended up she offered a little bit less, and we went ahead and took it because we had it for so long, and we even had it up at the flea market. But I don't know why that thing didn't sell because it was awesome.
To speak on it, like even on Facebook reselling groups, that sales have been down across the board for a lot of people because people they don't know how much money they're going to have. People that have been getting the extended or the extra unemployment benefits, that runs out at the end of the month. There's a lot of people who don't have a lot of money that not knowing if there's going to be a stimulus check next month or not. So a lot of people, they haven't been spending their money, and I feel like that's why some of the items have taken a little bit longer to sell here than what they normally do, and for a little bit less.
Yeah.
But that's
part of our business model as well. I know a lot of other people will disagree, but a big part is we do want to provide good quality products at lower prices for our own community because we do have a heart for our community.
Yep.
So next is, you want to answer the next question? Do y'all unbox Amazon high counts?
We never have, but we're going to buy one tomorrow. And I've already been logistically thinking about how to unbox it. Because if we were to unbox and show every item, it would take like 10 hours. So we can't do that. So logistically, I'm thinking about getting some bins and sorting it, going through, organizing it according to like dollar value. And then as we're doing it, kind of show some different stuff. I don't know.
We got to figure out how to teach and show, but also be entertaining and not just long, drawn out and boring. So it's kind of a balance there.
Yep.
Which is why on our last unboxing video, it was a totally different style because I'm like, they are not about to watch us unbox all of these
baby gates for an hour.
Besides, we were not in the best of moods either.
I was mad.
we were like sitting there, we're just like, this is not at all what we signed up for. But hey, it happens. So, and we'll make that money back.
And I'm glad
eventually.
that y'all got to we're not like somebody said earlier, I don't know, about the ups and downs. Like that's part of what we wanted to do.
That was Daniel that said that.
That's part of why we wanted to be on the show. And we accepted the opportunity to be on the show is because if we knew that if we were on there, that it would be a real depiction of what liquidation is like. Like
we're not going to lie.
Like the first when the episode premieres, the first night it's August the 4th. There's 2 episodes. We're not in those 2 episodes, but the second week, August 11th, we are on those episodes, and we have a tool pallet that we bought that it was horrible.
It was really bad. It was probably one of the worst pallets we've ever had.
Yeah.
Other than the first pallet we've ever bought ever, this one was probably second. And I was like, we bought this pallet. I was like, I'm glad that we did because we kind of look a little dumb because we're not like, oh, we made all this money. But we were able to give an accurate depiction of like, hey, sometimes this happens,
Yeah.
So, yes. Okay. Uncle Bono's wants to know how sales are going on our water guns. We do still have some.
We've been actually selling. The vlog that's going out, it's funny because all of these things that y'all are asking about, like we're intentionally put them into the vlogs.
Well, because we read y'all's comments. You guys watch the videos and then you comment these questions and all that. And we're like, oh, well, we should answer these questions that they're wanting to know. So
but the water guns, we have sold, I think we had 26 cases when it was all said and done from the 2 pallets, and we're down to 18 cases. We're selling, 2 to 3 orders a day now on eBay. And then our friend Clay, he's from here in Arkansas.
He actually has a booth in our same flea market.
He has been selling some on Amazon, and he's been selling some there. So he's been buying some from us.
We're thankful for him. He's been really helping us out.
And we worked out a deal where he sells them and he doesn't pay us until He gets the money, so it's a way that we can make a little bit extra money, and he can make money without actually having to spend any money. So, but they are selling.
It works out. Daniel, we are going to list our baby gates as pet gates too. Somebody else mentioned that on one of our unboxings, and I was like, that's a good idea.
Think most of the people that have bought, a lot of the people who have bought them, they're like, I need this for my dog.
Yeah, so I don't know why. We should just put that in there. That's a really good idea.
But with Facebook, you can't list dual categories on Facebook. So it's one or the other.
Bulk this week, I have noticed that prices are almost retail. It is crazy, Jessica. It is crazy because it's like before we got these last few pallets, we were really worried. And I think that's why we bought some of those pallets that weren't very good, because we were kind of in panic mode. We're like, we got to get inventory. But I'm talking like there were pallets, and I was like, they were like 60 to 70%. I mean, it was like, I'm like, how are people even profiting off of this?
And a large part of that, from what my contacts within the liquidation industry is the prices are so high is because a lot of people are getting the stimulus checks and more money on unemployment benefits than they were making before. So they've been buying pallets. I expect the same thing to happen on these big liquidation sites because they've approved another stimulus package approved where they are going to be giving the $1,200 stimulus checks for the people making under a threshold that they have agreed to do that. So I foresee the same thing happening again when those checks come out. So now is the time to build relationships with local liquidators that are not the main online places, that you got to build those relationships so that you can get better prices.
Yep. Daniel, what is a shelf pull? I know anyone can do this. Did comment and give you accurate information. So I'm just going to reiterate for anybody else watching that we do mention shelf pulls, and it's true. A lot of people don't know what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and define that. A shelf pull is something that big box companies, retailers, manufacturers, they pull off their shelves and they sell to liquidators. It can be overstock. It can be items that did not sell. Maybe they're old versions of them and they're making room for new ones. These kind of items, they cost money to store, and if they're not going to sell, they need to get rid of them. So they put them on pallets and they ship to liquidators so that liquidators can resell them at a discount. So that's what a shelf pull is. And if you guys need any other clarification on that, go ahead and just comment that down below. I'm missing, hold on.
There's a lot of questions.
I know, we're trying, guys. We're trying. You guys are doing amazing. Thank you guys so much for keeping this going.
Shipping boxes. They didn't resell Haas. Those weren't flat rate shipping boxes. Those were shoebox boxes. I actually talk about that in the vlog that's coming out, I think on Sunday. But about the shipping boxes and how do you input that for cost? I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I weigh it, how big it is, weight, dimensions. If it's smaller, which if we're putting two boxes together, you just have to weigh it and measure the dimensions. So having a scale is going to be important, and like a yardstick.
Yeah, okay. Nancy and Sophia says, I'm new at this. Where should I buy my first pallet? I see that a few people have mentioned anyone can do this. I appreciate you answering questions. Yes. Thank you. Locally, if you can. And also keep in mind, do a lot of research. I know Jessica Shields, she says all the time, research. She's absolutely right. You've got to. Because remember that when you invest in a pallet, especially if you are not used to reselling, that's a huge learning curve. If you're not already reselling, I would honestly start there, and maybe even start, instead of pallets, buying boxes and lots of items. They're a little bit smaller, a little bit less of an investment. You may have a smaller return on your investment, but it's great to learn. And if you mess up, or you pay too much for shipping, or you don't know how to off these items and move them, then that's less overwhelming. Yeah. I always tell people to start slow. Don't jump out there and start buying truckloads or whatever. I know that's not what you said, but a lot of people are like, I'm going to do this. I want to buy a truckload. Yeah. And I'm like, honestly, start with a box of something.
We have a couple of videos that we have already done about tips, things that we wish we have known before buying liquidation, 5 rules of liquidation. Like, it's not something we make it look easy, but we've been doing this for several years.
And we've had a lot of mistakes.
People who unbox, like you just see the highlights on these things, but And that's, we got to vlog more of the rough stuff.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah.
We are trying. Honestly, guys, I do want to be really authentic here and say that Joe and I make a really good team because we fought a lot.
And we still do. Disagree.
I mean, we don't fight anymore. I mean, we do fight. It's true, we do. But it's like the reason why we're a good team is because we're not afraid of conflict.
Yeah.
And we're not afraid to talk it out. We're not afraid to tell people how we feel. And I also trust that if I say something that he's gonna try and hear me. He may not hear me right in that moment because his emotions are high and my emotions are high. But I know that he's gonna come back and say, you know what, I've thought about what you said after I've cooled down. And I will do the same, and he trusts that I'm going to do the same with him. And that's not something that we just like got married and we're like, we're going to do this. It was a lot of hard work in the midst of having no money, in the midst of, just not being able to sleep at night because we had all this stuff going on. And so now we're here and we're in front of you and we're telling you all of these things. And it's not because we're, just somehow gifted and talented and perfect. It's because we made so many mistakes, and somehow by the grace of God, we're still sitting here in front of you. Yeah. And yes, so I just want to be really honest with you there. We're not perfect. We're still not perfect. And we do have a goal to be more authentic.
Not that we're fake now, but we're trying to
be more open about the struggle, because I don't want people to think that this is just some weird pipe
That's
dream.
our big fear of the show, is that people are going to see, all these dollars and opportunity, much like Storage Wars, and they buy it, and we want to show people the struggles and the losses, the stuff that sucks. We want to show people that we're trying to figure out, we're still relatively new to vlogging. We've only been really doing it 6 months, and they say really, your first 300 videos, you're still learning and you suck. And just being honest, there's times I'm like, oh, that sucks.
TJ.
So yeah, I want to answer this question, Matthew.
How do you pronounce your last name, Matthew?
Well, you may be able to run it. But I want to take the kids to the beach. We had a vacation set for April.
The question for those of you who don't know is, what is the first thing you're going to do after the coronavirus is done? We had a vacation planned in the beginning of May to go to the beach. We canceled it because stuff, and then we rescheduled it for October, but we're not very encouraged that we're going to be able to go then either. But I want to take the kids to the beach and just get away. And Lucy's been talking about the beach for since she was, how old? A year old? When we went, maybe 18 months old. When we went to the beach the last time. Somehow, I think it's her earliest memory.
And she still remembers and talks about the beach.
She remembers
all the time.
The dolphins. Yeah. We went on a ferry boat ride.
And we vlogged that. You can see how sucky we were in the beginning. Go back and watch some of the earlier vlogs. We watched them last week after this live video. We're like, oh my God, no wonder why people weren't watching these subs.
You don't have to watch them. He always says, go back and watch them because it's funny. And I'm like, you don't have to.
Yeah. I hope we're getting better. I hope.
Jessica wants to know, would you suggest buying someone's extra items that is listed on Facebook like a death pile? Depends on the items.
And the price.
Because usually someone's death pile is something that's going to cost, that's going to either has a lot of work to do, or, maybe they're just not the most interesting, or maybe they're just not the highest, return. So you got to think about, if you're buying somebody's death pile, it's something that somebody is just not getting to. Yeah. So keep in mind of what that is. If it's something that you're naturally good at that they're probably not good at, then, go for it,
Right price and not a lot of work, and it fits into your sourcing strategy, do it.
All right. Did you end up selling your sink? Uncle Bone Knows wants to say. We have not gotten
We're going to make a video about it, though.
We want to try all those products.
We've had so many suggestions about how... The problem was it wasn't that it was just dirty. I can clean it. Is the camera didn't show very well, and we probably didn't do a very good job of filming it.
There's
deep scratches.
And then there's also this really hardened caulking stuff on there. That's going to take some elbow grease. And so,
It's the scratches. I'm worried about the scratches. The scratches. Those are deep scratches. But we're going to try.
I'm traumatized by that sink. It just makes me sick every time I think about it. But we're going to sell it. And I thank you guys so much for all your advice. Because honestly, I'm sitting here thinking I'm only going to get 100 people. No, you can get a couple $100 out of that if you can just clean it up. And I'm like, Well, that gives me a little more hope. So thank you guys for that.
It's on the back burner. I'm going to try it just to try and to show more of the story of what we do and how, you know.
Let's see. What do you think is Julian wants to know, what do you think is a good price to pay for a flea market booth like 10 by 10? It depends on where you are.
Where you are, the location, the traffic, all of that is going to depend on how much you pay. Every city, state, location, it's all different.
How much traffic does your booth get?
Yeah.
Where is it located? Is it located on a main street? What is the price of living in the place that you are?
Yeah.
So it's kind of not a cut and dry answer. Like, for example, we live in Conway, Arkansas, and if I wanted a flea market booth in New York City, it's gonna be completely a different experience there. So gonna need a little bit more information. And you know, just kind of, yeah. And you know, I don't know all the details of every city there is, but I think your best bet is to shop around, look at different flea markets in your area, find out how much it costs, and then find the median of that, and that would be your ideal price. So, where are we at?
Mr. Taz.
In Junior, I've sold on Facebook Market, but not sure if eBay is a good avenue for starting. What's your thoughts for a starter? I just joined, but I love your videos. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Thank you for the encouragement.
Yeah. You got to start, like, I was listening to video influencers today, and they do YouTube stuff, like how to become a better YouTuber. And one thing that he said was start before you're ready. Mm-hmm. Is that people want to wait until they're ready, but it's the starting where you actually figure out, like, oh, I need to do this. This is how I'm going to learn. So, like, if you're wanting to sell on eBay, get in some eBay selling groups. Get into eBay Reselling Resource Center. It's a very helpful eBay group on Facebook. But, you know, I would recommend selling on many platforms. Is anybody in there that can
link it for him? Because I don't want to get off of this and mess up. If any of you moderators out there are part of Dominic's group and can link that for him, that would be amazing. And then Nancy and Sophia, you're very welcome for answering your question. Thank you for asking it. Daniel says you're so right. Start small is a must. Absolutely. Annie wants to know, what role does Amazon play in your selling, and how do you use Amazon to sell if you do? Now, this is a very controversial subject among resellers. We personally do not sell on Amazon. We've had a very unpleasant experience with them. If you ask me, I'll stop there. If you ask Joe, he's going to give you all the details.
A lot of people, like liquidation goods.
I'm going to get a charger. I'll be right back, guys.
I don't recommend selling liquidation goods on Amazon. You can do it, and you can sell a whole lot of stuff and get away with it, and you're fine. But in my opinion, from my experience, reselling liquidation goods on Amazon is like playing Russian roulette with your business. That every time you send something in or you sell it, that you may get that you pull the trigger and nothing happens. But that one time that you have a brand report you for counterfeit, or you have a brand say that you are you're violating copyright infringement, and you cannot prove that your item is legit, or you have the authenticity, that it's authentic, or that you have purchased the item from a approved vendor, you're guilty. So that's why we caution against it. If you want to take that risk with yours, then you go right ahead.
If there are any resellers that are okay with it and don't mind Annie talking to you about it, feel free to put your information down there.
WBK Ultra, he's also on the show. Blake, he sells a lot of liquidation items on Amazon. You can go his YouTube channel. He talks about some of that stuff there.
Let's see. Lisa, thank you so much. Lisa H says, thank you. I think you guys do a great job and very honest and explain things very well. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm a words of affirmation person. So every time y'all say stuff like that, my love tank is like, whoop. So I love it. I do. And
we have about 15 minutes left because I've got to go get a truck and trailer.
So sad.
What? Oh, I know. We're having a lot of fun.
I'm enjoying this.
Maybe
we might have
20
to make
minutes.
these a little bit longer.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I thought maybe we can, I haven't talked about it. Maybe I'll talk to you. Do a video like on the web too tomorrow.
Did y'all hear what he said? He wants to do a live video on our way to.
We're driving like 3 hours tomorrow, so I thought maybe we can jump on and do a live video tomorrow morning while we're driving and hang out with you guys, make the drive a little bit more enjoyable.
Yeah. Let's see. Missy, we're glad you caught us live too. That's awesome. Very exciting. And anyone can do this. Have we had any bullseye pallets yet?
I want some Target furniture ones. I know TJ Lovelady, Pallet Jackin, he does a lot of Target stuff. I'm sure I know you've had to have gotten Target pallet. You've got what's the correct?
What are you asking?
All these corrections I'm getting about my grammar on my YouTube channel has made me somewhat paranoid that I'm not using the correct grammar. You see what I'm saying? I was dyslexic.
Julian!
I was. Thank you.
Sorry, Marie, if you're still on.
I had trouble learning in school. I'm a very intelligent individual, just not with grammar or language. It's not my strong suit at all. So in the videos, I know that I'm going to stop because Jessica told me not to do it. So I'm gonna,
do what?
I don't know.
It says, good morning from Sydney. Ooh, it's morning over there? That's
Yes.
cool. Do you get hassles from your eBay customers over so-called faults and damages? Thank you so much, from John. Well, John, sometimes, but eBay usually will protect you as long as you have put any faults or damages and you have taken very clear pictures and you have mentioned it clearly in the description. So if you are selling something that's used, that is totally okay. Just over-communicate.
Yep.
So, but yes, we do still get issues with that. It's just part of the game.
Yeah.
It's just kind of part of it. You know, just be graceful with it, and eBay will protect you as long as you have done.
They're getting better. Very early on, I used to fret over every return because one, we didn't have no money. So every return, I'm like, well, that's, a gallon of milk that we can't purchase now. But I've learned that returns are just part of doing business. As long as I describe my items accurately to the best of my ability, take as many pictures as I can, you reduce a lot of returns.
Beginners on eBay, Julian says, beginners on eBay should know all the hassle when it comes to selling limits than if eBay or PayPal holds funds for new sellers. That is very true. That is very true. So make sure
PayPal won't be an issue soon because of eBay managed payments is going to be mandated for every eBay seller.
Note about liquidation stuff and Amazon. Just wondering if you use it or used items, or if you ever buy wholesale or anything. Okay, cool. I'm glad that. Yeah, we don't use it. We thought about it, and I think that if we ever did go through, we have actually money on hold on Amazon that we can't get to because we've been shut down because of selling liquidation. But if we did ever try to use Amazon, which I don't think we will, but if we ever did, we would do wholesale only. We would only do wholesale. TJ wants to know if we're going to the liquidation place tomorrow. We are. I'm very excited.
Never been before.
I know. I'm really excited to be able to experience.
Been doing this for like well over 2 years, and we've never stepped foot into a liquidator before.
Oh yeah, because we were telling everybody that we were going to leave soon. Jessica was like, "Don't forget the 5 Southern goodbyes." You're right. You're right. And it sounds like people are liking the live idea, so we may go
tomorrow.
Live. Yeah. Let's see. Annie says she can't post a link for Dominic's group. Well, thank you for trying. If you just search for Reselling Resource Center, she says you should be able to find it on Facebook. It's
a positive group. Like, he does very good. He does an amazing job of keeping it positive. Like, they've got an amazing culture of being helpful, unlike a lot of other reselling groups that are on eBay. There's one other group that I recommend. I just forget the name of it, but the rest of them,
we recommend it.
I avoid it like the plague, in my opinion. But if you're watching, I think your group's awesome.
Marie was ready for my scream that time. Thanks, Marie. Pallet Jack and... Oh, that's right. I saw that video. I haven't watched it, Pallet Jack. I'm going to watch your video tonight because he's going to go get the trailer. And I'm going to watch... Is that... Yeah.
The case pack. Yep.
Let's see. We understand what you're saying. Don't care about the comments. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. You are a very supportive person. I appreciate you. So are you, Nancy, and so all of you. All of you. I love you all. Have we ever been scammed by buyers? Girl. Or dude. I don't know. I just said girl because it just sounded cooler. Yes.
Not very often.
But when you do, it's infuriating.
Yeah.
I remember one time we sold an iPhone and it came back an empty case with a piece of plastic inside of it.
It did. But eBay gave us our money back.
But it's so infuriating.
They took the money from the buyer. Well, they ended up paying for it. eBay did. But eBay, I know a lot of people don't like eBay. I'm a fan of eBay. I didn't used to be. They used to make me so mad. I dropped the F-bomb on them a couple times. But I felt very convicted afterwards because I'm like, I just bullied that poor little dude on the other end of the phone because he made me mad. So I repented.
Julian wants us to pick him up a pallet.
We don't have any room. I'm sorry, but they will
It is kind of a dream for me someday that if we just like make bukus of money someday or something, like something happens that we could just like, I don't know, buy people pallets and unbox it.
We were just talking about it last night.
I just think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work or what the that'd just be a fun
like
thing
people
to
who
do.
have been with us since like before like the beginning, who are always supportive. I was just like, man, I'd love to just buy somebody a pallet and be like, we're gonna be there in a month to come and box this with you, and I think that would be fun.
Matthew, I'll check the email here in a little bit. He sent me an email. Just discovered you this morning due to a recommendation and immediately subscribed. You guys are so cute and interesting to watch. I really appreciate how genuine you seem. Positive. I'm just feeling so loved. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Any reason behind having multiple eBay accounts?
Many.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Thank you, Lamo.
Lamo. That's my Lamo friend.
Yeah. Yes, I recommend having multiple eBay accounts for backups. One, like Jessica has one in her name, I have one in my name. I've got a couple in my name because one, you never know if you're actually accidentally going to violate Vero, V-E-R-O, which is like eBay's version of copyright infringement. eBay's much more forgiving. That you never know if you're going to violate that and they may suspend you for 7 days or something like that, and then you can sell on your other eBay account. But I like to have accounts just available just in case, because you never know when you're going to make a mistake. eBay will forgive you. Like we've been suspended several times on eBay, and every time I've called, they have revoked the suspension immediately. Granted, I understand that a lot of people don't have that same treatment, but I will say, like, we've sold well over $1 million on eBay since we've been selling on eBay, so we have gave them a lot of money. Like, back when we were doing the vast majority of our selling on eBay, when we were selling bukus of cell phones, I was paying them like $3,000 to $4,000 a month in fees.
And if you see, there's other resellers commenting saying how many stores they have.
Yeah.
Most of them have more than one.
Yeah.
So, yes, there are many benefits to having multiple eBay stores. Jessica says you should just go get the trailer and just leave me here. He'll feel left out. I think he'll feel left out.
I can get on and chat, but I can't text
No,
and
you
drive.
can't because you'll be driving.
Let's
Let's see. Nancy and Sophia, we love you too. Lamo is lame. Matthew said we can start doing the thing once we have 1 million subs.
That's a lot of subs. I mean, we're already thinking. I mean, our channel's grown this much, and we're getting a lot of views. Like, it's already, it's crazy, y'all. Like, it's crazy.
M. Rivera says your laughter is funny. My little boy over here. Listen about Joe's laugh. I have a story. So, when we first met, okay, I was not looking for anyone, okay, and
I wasn't either.
He saw me and was like, "Oh my gosh."
No, I didn't actually.
It probably wasn't like that,
but once I seen her, I had been dreaming about a purple-headed girl for like 6 months at least before I ever met her.
Yes, and then anyways, so he started laughing. I was like, "Oh, that's a funny laugh." And my mom loved him. Like, my mom, I did not have the best history of bringing home decent boyfriends. I did not all of them, okay, but most of them were just anyways, so
My left ear sticks out so much.
so when we had met, things were going very, very quickly, and I was like, "You have to meet my parents because we're pretty sure we're getting married."
we
and anyway, so
the first night we talked, like,
yeah, it was just one of those very strange, like, I don't know how that happened. Probably don't recommend
the
it
Lord.
either. But anyway, so I'm like, you have to meet my parents. Like, we're pretty sure we're getting married. And they haven't even met you. They don't even know about you yet. So we met, and my mom was super skeptical and was like, well, all right, we'll see. And I knew that she approved of him when she looked at him, and she was like, well, she's your problem now.
I thought you were gonna tell him
and
about.
Then she comes to me later and she goes, Joe's laugh reminds me of Pee Wee Herman.
It does. I'm sorry. It's my laugh.
But yes, we think the laugh is funny too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kendra says, I saw Kendra.
We had about Kohl's.
Half the it says, I like eBay, but half the transactions buy and sell have went wrong lately. Are they not going to take PayPal at all soon?
They will still offer PayPal. People can still use PayPal, but you will not get money paid into your PayPal account. It will be paid through PayPal into your eBay managed payments and then into your bank account.
Autobuff wants to know if we've ever done Kohl's returns. We have not, but we are seriously thinking about it.
I want to look at them first.
Yeah, but I'm leaning towards really wanting to do some. I've heard, was it you, Autobuff, that talked about them in a previous live and said that they were good?
I think it was in a comment in the video.
Yeah, somebody said something, and I don't remember who it was. I feel like it was you, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Spider's still there for all I know.
Well,
we've got a spray. We've got some spiders that need to be dealt with. And I know some people say, leave the spiders, they kill the other spiders. Like, we have a growing population of spiders.
We live in Arkansas. It's like impossible to not.
And we have lots of boxes in the garage.
And we have kids.
Yeah.
It's just, anyways, yes. Okay. Jessica, where do you suggest I get myself a box instead of a pallet like you recommended earlier for a first timer like myself? There are lots of places. Do you have a recommendation specifically?
I think if TJ's still on, he's bought a lot more boxes than we have. I know of the places, like there's Wholesale Ninjas, Liquidation.com has lots. I know anyone can do it. If he's still on, he used to buy a lot of boxes. I think starting small and learning, it's a better process than, I mean, depending, if you're able to go and buy a pallet for $300, then do it, because there's some boxes that you're going to have to pay way more than that. But if you've never sold before, anything that you can pay cheap to learn, then do it, because education's not free. Like, there's a price that you have to pay, and that's buying the stuff.
So if any of you who buy boxes and have bought lots have any suggestions for M. Rivera, please let him or her know. It could be either one. Oh man, Uncle Bo kicked off eBay for using brand name. It was a very well-known phone case and kicked off for 7 days. Yep. Let's see.
Never done BCP liquidation either.
Never done that. Sleepless Hustler will never forget about you. You're one of the OGs. Let's see. Joe equals Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
As I laugh funny.
You did.
Let's see. Cole seems to have good merchandise. Yes, the snort, I can't help it. It showed up one day. I didn't always snort when I laughed, Kathy. It just happened one day, and then it just, I don't know.
Jessica asked about Kohl's pallets. I don't know where you can find Kohl's pallets. I don't know. That's one where you just got to find liquidators and call around and ask if they have some. But I do not know. I've never seen them before.
Marie does not do spider squeals like a little girl. I need some of that. Give me some of that.
What squealing like a little girl?
No, like the not squealing like a little girl.
Okay.
Actually, I think I had a extremely with a bug, multiple bugs when I was a little girl. Don't really feel like talking about it, but I did have a very, very terrifying experience. And there's always that little flashback that happens when I see an unexpected bug in my area. Even ones that are not necessarily poisonous, or if I know it's there, no problem.
Yeah.
When it shows up out of nowhere, that's when I'm like, ah! So, like if I walk into a room and I see a bug, cool. If I'm already in the room and the bug shows up out of nowhere, that is a no-go for me. I have to know where the bugs are at all times. Yeah. Okay, where are we at?
Z.
Ever consider buying Target shelf pulls? Any experience with those? Hello from Joplin, Missouri.
I know Pallet Jack and they have bought some Target shelf pulls. I'm interested in Target shelf pulls, but not for the price. For us, we like to spend lower amounts of money per pallet. If you're going to double or triple your money, we'd rather spend $500, make $1,500 versus spending $1,500 on a pallet and making $4,500. You know what I mean? But that's our strategy. But I know TJ over at Pallet Jack and in April, they buy lots of different stuff like Target shelf pulls. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of Target shelf pull pallets going around right now, but be careful because there may be Easter goods or some summer goods in there because a lot of that stuff is getting liquidated.
Julian says he mentioned picking up a pallet earlier and he would pay for it, just doesn't want to make the drive. But we still don't have room. We need a bigger trailer.
Yeah, the trailer we have only fits 4 pallets, and in order to make it worthwhile for us, we're going to get the 4 pallets. I know that they will deliver pallets within 250 miles for you. I think it may be around $150 to $200 for that price. So it may be something to look into. If we had a lot larger trailer, I would definitely look at doing it for you, but we got no room.
And Rivera Annie says that she's had good success with boxes from Wholesale Ninjas and bulk. Liquidation is slightly trickier. So there's some feedback for you. BCP's all new Overstock items. Well, that would be a lot of money.
Yeah.
Then probably. Okay, so anyone can do it. Says that it's pricey. Probably because they are new Overstock items,
Yep.
So that makes sense.
A lot less risk with new Overstock.
I don't know how long I've known you. I don't know how to pronounce. Han Lee.
Yeah. That's Uncle Lee.
Is that my uncle?
I think it's Uncle Lee.
That makes sense because it types like that.
Uh-huh.
Well, then maybe I've always had the snort. I don't know. Maybe I've only recognized the snort as older or something. Let's see. If I didn't work 70, 80 hours of a full-time job, I would love doing pallets. Oh, I forgot you have like multiple jobs, don't you?
I think the thing about pallet flipping is there are probably some other ways that you could probably, I'm not discouraging all of you, but I'm just letting you know that the big ploy of pallet flipping is the potential that you never know what you're going to get. So it's kind of like it's a gamble, and part of the enjoyment of it is the calculated risk of the payoff. But like wholesale and those types of things, you could probably, it's going to take a lot more money, but you can make a lot of money doing it. But pallet flipping has a aura, facade, what is it? Excitement level? I don't know the word I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about.
There's a word that I'm trying to...
I don't know what it is.
It's not aura, though. It's not aura.
Maybe y'all could help me correct my language grammar. You have the freedom to do so.
Let's see. Annie's de-stickering some Target shelf pulls right now. How's it looking?
Do they look speaking French? Je ne sais quoi? Oh, okay.
No, right
Je
there.
m'appelle Joseph.
De-sticker? What are you talking about?
It's coming up down at the bottom. Sorry.
I must have missed it.
I looked at your phone.
And got a bunch of Mother's Day card in your shipment. Well, you'll be holding on to those for a minute, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, at least they don't take up a lot of space, and you can just wait for the season, Because
Yeah.
they're not, like, giant.
But how are you going to sell? Nobody's going to buy a Mother's Day card online. Flea market booth.
That's true. Are they going to buy them online?
Yeah.
I don't know. Paying Kohl's $400 average cost per pallet and $700 BCP, but pick up locally.
It's the best way to pick up locally.
Yep. Lenora got a Target pallet last week, and it was pretty good. That's awesome. Let's see. BCP means Bitcoin person. What does BCP mean? I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Not sure. There's only one name. How can I look at the last name? There's only one name.
Lee Wyan?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like a puzzle.
We're failing.
We're failing at the puzzle. I'm not good at puzzles. I am a preparer, reselling, career building, and building, stocking. Keep small steps at a time. Small steps at a time. Yes, we recommend that too.
Yep.
Je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. That's where I was at earlier. Je m'appelle Joseph.
Je suis désolé, mais je ne sais pas parler français.
But Jessica's asking about liquidation.com in Dallas allowing pickup rather than delivery. Pre-COVID, I knew the answer was definitely a yes. I think you can now. You just cannot come onto their loading dock. But that would be a question for them. If you call, it's usually not a long wait on the phone. But I would call them and find out. I know before, like I said, you could pick it up.
Yes, it's confusing now. We're in confusing times. So the rules that applied when, things were running smoothly, especially regarding anything that requires contact, like shipping and things like that, everything has changed. And so just over communicate, ask tons of questions, even if they seem like dumb questions, you'll thank yourself for it.
Yep.
Dion Clothing wants to know, do we flip full time? We do. But we don't just do the pallets that we have
like
feature.
some wholesale like items that we
do
purchase.
some wholesale items, and then we have our eggs in different baskets, which is something I recommend if you do liquidation. If liquidation is your only source of income, that is kind of dangerous, honestly, because you don't know what you're getting, so you're relying on this inventory. You don't know if you're going to get a box that you're actually going to lose money on, and so it's just not something that I would recommend. Find something stable, find something steady, and then use pallet flipping to supplement that income and reinvest it into something.
You can use it we don't recommend for everybody. Use it as a tool to help better your current financial situation. Like if you're stuck in a job that you don't want to do, and there's something that you want to do in life, but you're in that job, you're staying there because the amount of money that you're making, well, then maybe you could flip pallets on the side and go get that job that you really want to do and be able to do both, and you actually enjoy life instead of going to a job that you hate.
Autobuff says it's Best Choice Products. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
I was kind of rooting for Bitcoin person, but BCP, Best Choice Products, makes way more sense.
And we've got, I don't know, maybe 7 more minutes. And
we said that we only had 15 before, but we're just going to add.
Yeah. But I'm going to talk about, we want to talk about that now? About the Patreon group? Or,
let me make sure we don't have any other questions here. Okay, so Annie's Target stuff's good. Lots of pallets, learning as we go. We're all learning as we go. Autobuff, good for you. Good on you. Very awesome. Took French in high school, Nancy and Sophie. I'm trying to get through here because we do want to add some more stuff. It is my Uncle Lee. Everybody, that's my Uncle Lee. He's awesome. I like him. We'll keep him. Baby items ready for COVID baby boom. Hey,
exactly.
I'm waiting because I am a labor and delivery doula.
Yeah.
So I'm like, listen, there's going to be a COVID baby boom and people are going to need doulas. So if they even let us in the hospitals, that's one of the reasons why I'm really glad that that's not my main, I have my eggs in so many baskets because I haven't been able to take clients because I can't support them in the hospital, which is one of the main reasons why people hire a doula. I do birth classes. I've done birth classes, birth consultations. I'll do online doula, but the demand for that is just not as high as somebody really just wanting support there. So yes. Okay. And thank you, Jane, so much from Canada. Awesome. And Joe wants to talk
about... talk about that? I don't know if we want to or not.
Oh, I do want to I'm going to put something in the chat box.
Yes.
We have
t-shirt designs. We have 2 of them that we're going to be doing. So if you are interested in the getting a t-shirt. Fill out this form, and then sometime early next week we will email you with instructions on
not really instructions, but updates.
Yeah,
we have t-shirt designs and
stickers.
Free baby gate with doula.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
now
pretty
that's
good.
being creative.
Yeah,
that's being creative. So basically we've had a lot of people talking about wanting some merch, wanting some what represents us, what represents the brand. We want something. We had some stickers. We had a lot of interest in people wanting the stickers and stuff. So we're working on that because you guys have asked for it. Hey, Autobuff, I made the logo myself.
She did a good job.
It took me like 6 months to do it, but I did it. Woohoo! Thanks, Nancy and Sophia. Yes, so
it's a dancing chicken. Is that what that is?
Yes, give me a thumbs up. Yes. So we made, yes. So we have that. We have a couple of t-shirt options. We are working on stickers. It's just right now we are so overwhelmed with the support and the love that you guys are giving us. I'm pretty much in a perpetual state of awe.
Yeah.
And
we went from no comments. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're just in a perpetual state of like awe and gratitude, and we're trying to figure out the best way to support you and to love on you and to pour into all of you, but at the same time supporting our business and being able to feed our family and our dreams. So one way that you can support us is to help us with our brand. Support us by buying a t-shirt, buying merchandise. We have a Patreon group as well. I know that those of you who watch our videos, we do have that in the very beginning. You can see it in the description below. And that Patreon group is really geared towards helping us be able to give better videos. We do want to give you guys some exclusive stuff as well. Just be patient with us. We're trying to figure out how to juggle this all. We're actually like getting to, like I told you, we're in that growing pain stage where we're like, do we hire another person? Like, what exactly do we need to do here to be able to do all of the things that we want to do and still live our dream of being present with our family as well? So make sure you fill out that form. If you're interested in any videos, there's also a little checkbox if you want to receive like updates and information. Like I said, another one of those things that I want to be able to do is do blog posts with a lot of these questions that you guys are asking, and be able to do blog posts so you guys can reference those things, share them with other people that you know who need help, and things. Woohoo! Thank you, Lenora! You're awesome.
It's like we went into July with 4,000 subscribers, and now we've got some Canadian money.
Woo!
And we're about to hit 9,000 like tomorrow or the middle of the night. But even the smaller, like y'all guys are very interactive and engaging. And it's just, we went from don't stop commenting. I'm not telling you to not comment. We're adjusting. Like, we want to answer all the comments, but we had like,
we're trying to figure it out.
Maybe like 2 comments on a video, and now there's like 30. And it's so amazing and awesome.
Yeah. So we're, with all of you guys being so supportive and everything, I want you to know that our number one goal is to figure out how to support you. We didn't just get into this to get the views and get the money and do all of that. I mean, we started our number one goal is to help you reach your dreams. That's the brand of the Family Flips, is we want to give you resources that you need. We started off as a phone farming channel for the same exact reason. The dream has always been the same. It's just the pathway is now different, and this is just something that's a lot easier for everybody to be able to do. So we are a teaching channel. We are an encouragement channel. We are a place for you to process.
A little entertaining too.
And we like to entertain. Yeah, we're funny. Yeah. I think I'm the funnier one, though.
If we were doing it for the views, we would have quit a long time ago. Because nobody was watching our channel for a long time.
Oh, good job, Lenora. Went from 17 to 56 subscribers. That's a huge increase.
Yep, and I could have done the thing, resellers, YouTubers, they go and they share their videos in all the groups, and that wasn't, you know, we wanted to be found by the people who wanted to watch us and find value in what we have to offer. I guess that's, yeah.
Jessica Shields, before, I want to give everybody a chance to do this, but she wants to know who out there who's watching has a pallet flipping channel, and if you drop your link, so that I guess she wants more information. So please do that. You're welcome to do that. We can support each other. And oh, she just said that. Let's support each other. Exactly. Us Jessicas, we think alike. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And we have our own unique style. Like, you know, one of the things that we like to be creative. Like being part of the show, like it awakened me to be able to tell a story through film. So we've been trying really hard to really learn how to tell stories through film, through video, and you know, we're looking at upgrading camera equipment. Like we just ordered this, it's called a gimbal. It's like to make the camera more stable. I'll show it to you when we get it in. And I've been looking at some new 4K cameras that we eventually want to get down the road to make better quality content for you guys. And we want to make better and more content available for y'all. But
there you go. Anyone can do this. I dropped your link for you. You guys can't post links?
You got to be a mod to post a link.
Oh, well, look. Do what TJ just did, and just do @Pallet Jackin. Like that. I didn't know that you couldn't do it. So Annie, if you do @ so that people can search it. And I don't know why you can't do that. That's so sad. I guess protection or something.
You could probably, if you comment on this video after the live, we can approve the comment.
Woo!
Thank you, Uncle Lee. Thank you. But if you post it after this ends, we'll approve that, so it'll be on there for people to see. Is that a dancing chicken too?
I don't think so. That's a dancing pear.
The lure of the process.
The allure of the process. I like that.
Yeah.
We'll take that. What Kathy said. The allure. The allure.
Not the fishing lure.
Okay, see, Lenora's got one too, so she just put hers in there. I want to make sure that everybody gets...
And there's going to be so many pallet flipping channels coming up because of the show. There's going to be a lot. Go ahead. Like there's going to be a lot. It's just the trend that will follow, and it's just the way it is.
And Pallet Jacket, he's on one of our featured channels, so you could find him there too. He's one. We have we're trying to build a collection of different stuff and styles, so it's more of like a resource.
Thank you, TJ.
I will grab a coffee.
We are about relationship. I interrupted you again.
No, I interrupted you, I think.
We value relationship over anything. That there are people that we recommend, like Rake Profits, like Chris at Daily Refinement, TJ with Pallet Jacket in his own channel, also Dominic with the Primetime Treasure Hunter. Like they were helpful for us when, I mean, we're still nobodies in my mind, but they were helpful and encouraging to us when we had no subscribers, when nobody was watching. And those are the people that we want to promote because they're helpful people. Like they're not in it for the exposure. They're not in it for the recognition. They're in it to help people. So we want to recognize them and feature them.
I say when we go up to Tennessee, we should do like a duel, not a duel, like a...
After COVID, we're coming to Chattanooga, TJ. And I know Rev Resell, they are like 2.5 hours east of you, and we're all going to meet up. I mean, we don't have to meet up at the same time because you may not want to meet them, I don't know. But we're coming. We're coming at some point, like we've decided. I'm going to record your drone. You're gonna let me fly your drone.
Don't let him fly the drone, TJ. If you want your drone when this is over, do not let him touch it.
Yeah. I want to see a drone is one thing I want to get. Like,
okay, you can get a drone, but you're not gonna mess up TJ's drone.
I want to fly it though.
No, just listen.
I got a drone off of a Pallet. I still got it. I flied it one time.
What time are we going live tomorrow?
We're gonna leave around 7:30. So we'll probably, I don't know, between 8 and 9 we'll go live. I know it's early.
But I do have some questions that we never got to because we had such a great conversation.
Yeah.
So if y'all aren't there,
and I'm thinking this is probably going to be the way of these videos, is just us talking. I interrupted you again.
No,
I interrupt you? Okay.
I don't think so. Was I saying
I used
something?
to overtalk her all the time, because I get so excited and passionate that I just like. So I'm really trying to be conscious. The last year or so to not do it.
He's a sweet man.
Because I just get so excited.
He's a sweet
And
man.
if you watch some of our early unboxing videos, which I don't recommend.
Also, my dreads weren't very mature, so I look and I'm like, I look like a wild animal.
I didn't give her a lot of space to talk, but I've learned that's one of the processes that we have gone through.
One of many.
Yeah. So
TJ says he'll teach you the ways of the drone, but I recommend you buy your own drone and let him teach you how to fly your drone.
I didn't tell the story. I was flying a drone out in the front yard, and I was trying to bring it down, and I stopped it. So it fell from like 20 feet and broke a propeller. So in the garage it sits with a broken propeller. That's
one of 3 times he's flown a drone, and also one of 3 times he's had some kind of debacle. Woo! Yeah! Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thank you, Second Chance Boutique. And there was somebody from Clinton that was watching earlier that commented, it's a small state, so.
Very cool.
Yep. Have we said any goodbyes? Because we need to start this
said
goodbye
one.
process. It's we've got to start the goodbye process because I do have to pick up the truck and trailer.
I will say before we go, just so nobody is like lost or confused or whatever.
Angel has been watching for a while, yeah.
Oh yeah. We will. You may start seeing in our videos, like we're trying to like I said, we're just trying to find out ways to support our business and support things, but also give you good quality content and things like that. So if you start seeing like sponsored videos, affiliates or whatever, don't be like, oh, they sold out. We are very, very particular and very, very careful. Woo! Yeah! But I just don't want you guys to be like, this is crazy. Why are they doing all this? These are like I said, we are relational people. The people that we represent will be people that we have relationships with. I think his ears are ringing. So just know that that's there.
And we've had lots of...
For that one ear, one ear.
We've had lots of people contact us. And even more now. And we've told lots of people no. But we have some that we are saying yes to.
We're just
because it's a good opportunity. It's stuff for you guys. We want to be able to give back to y'all. So, yes, you will see some stuff, but we're not sellouts. You know
what we're here for, y'all. You know what we represent. Okay, so we're on goodbye number 3 now?
Yes.
We will keep the hearing device. Maybe next time I should sit on this side.
No, because then that ear will be all jacked up.
I need one good ear. Oh, you guys are awesome.
I need a hearing aid device because, this is loud.
Okay, guys, so we're going to go live tomorrow morning. I know a lot of you will have to catch the replay. It's not something that we normally do, but if you guys are interested in continuing this conversation, I do have some pretty good questions that if we didn't get to them, that, we will, I don't know, maybe we'll have more conversation like this, or maybe we'll do this. So
We'll answer some questions.
But either way, we'll answer the question. Have a good
Yeah.
time, and all that. So
Welcome to the. It's like the family. We got this cool name, and we keep like want to,
hey, if you
give
have
y'all
any
a
good
cool
ideas
name.
for like some slogans or some cool things to
Yeah.
put on T-shirts,
Welcome to the fam. Welcome back,
I don't know.
fam.
That's weird.
I don't know. Something
What's up, fam?
unique.
I don't know. Something.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm not very clever like that. It is.
Okay.
We've been on here for an hour and a half. I think we need to go. we appreciate y'all.
We do. We love you guys. Thank you again so much for your support. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to be real with you, to be honest with you, and you guys just loving us back. I mean, it means so
We're
much
on
to
this
us.
in this journey together.
We are.
And it's exciting times to be in.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
Peace out, y'all.